Oh man, if you hold any altcoins, you're not going to want to miss this video because there is a huge risk here on the total 3 for altcoins. Bitcoin managing to hold up well with a 30 level mark, trying to break through resistance before setting itself up for the next big run. But is this only going to be a Bitcoin-led run, and can altcoins continue to bleed? We know that the SEC are continuing their attack on major altcoins with their Coinbase lawsuit, with their Binance lawsuit, and we've seen that had a big impact here on this weekly candlestick, where in that 1 week where those lawsuits were filed, 13% drop in Total 3. Remember, Total 3 is the market cap of all altcoins, taking out Bitcoin and, of course, Ethereum. So it's just your alts, right? Even not including Ethereum. 12% to the downside. We then had a doji candle where we leveled off, managed to stop that from happening, and we started to recover some, up 5% and then up 2.3%. But this weekly candle, which is just set to close, is down 2.3%. We've seen 2.3% flock out of altcoins this week. That's $7.6 billion taken away from altcoins. But what's more interesting is I'm going to get into where that money has gone, because we definitely are seeing a flock to safety. Now, as you can see here, the main risk we want to worry about here on the total free chart is how far can this go, right? Like, of course, we can see here, if you go back to the previous cycle, this has been at crazy low levels. But the real level you want to be looking at is the low where we hit back in December, just before Bitcoin started going on its moves, and of course altcoins started moving as well. That's the orange line, which sits at 288 billion. Now, where does that leave us in terms of how much more could we fall here before we get to support? Well, let's take the measured move. Let's measure from where we're at currently down to the bottom here, and you can see there's another 12 to 13% drop possible here for altcoins. And if you're not prepared for that, you're going to be panicking. You're going to be worried. You're going to be wondering if I'm in the right altcoins. But like I've said time and time before, every single bull run, if you look historically, has always been triggered by Bitcoin. Looking at your altcoins right now is a fallacy. Your altcoins are not going to tell you a positive story. They're going to be heavily retraced. They're going to have a couple of days where they pump and then they'll dump again when there's some panic. Right now, we need Bitcoin to set the pace. If you're sitting there logging into your portfolio, looking for your altcoins to go up, how are they going to go up? They're not. We're in a bear market. Bitcoin has to set pace. Bitcoin has to deliver. Bitcoin has to get to 69,000 and clear all-time highs. And then guess what? That money will flow to altcoins. The whole premise behind altcoins, just like Bitcoin, people look for riskier and riskier strategies, right? They look for higher and higher risk plays. We're rotating from a risk-on environment, a risk-off environment to a risk-on environment. Let me show you that on the dollar index. Let me just remind you guys of what we're looking at here. And if you appreciate these types of content on a Sunday, guys, make sure you smash up likes. Make sure you're supporting me by trading with Bybit, ijaz.uk/Bybit. If you want to buy my TA education program, ijaz.uk/TA. You can even pay monthly. So it's the price of a couple of coffees. And if you can't learn enough to make that back, then something is going wrong. Definitely check that out. You can pay monthly there. Link in the description, ijaz.uk/TA. Look at the dollar index, guys. The dollar index here has been sent nicely to the downside. All of the pain we had last year, etc., was the dollar index moving here to the upside, breaking highs here at 114, showing that risk was rotating off. Nasdaq decimated, Bitcoin decimated, anything where you're chasing risk was decimated. Now, since the turn of the year, dollar index got rejected to the downside and had a nice big move to the downside. That allowed Bitcoin to go from 15,500 all the way up to 31, right, as a risk-on asset. And then Nasdaq, of course, has done very, very well, rallying from its bottoms as well. We then had dollar index consolidate. And it's this consolidation, which is why Bitcoin is where it is, right? Bitcoin's remained around this level, 30, 31K, because that's where the natural resistance is. And we need dollar index to go on its next leg down here. We need it to break down from this pattern and go to the downside. That's going to drive the risk-on behavior to the upside, and that's going to allow Bitcoin to move on its next leg up towards 45K. Okay, so risk has rotated on. But the risk hasn't rotated on that much that people therefore care about altcoins just yet. No. Bitcoin will have to have hit its run when the returns have dried up on Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's had its leg up, then people start going, hang on, where have those fun yields gone where Bitcoin was doing 10% in a day? We're looking for that. And that's where that money starts to rotate into Ethereum, into Cardano, into other altcoins and the other exciting narratives at the time. But to be looking at them right now is a fallacy. You want to be looking at what's going on here. Every time the dollar index has been rejected, risk rotates on and Bitcoin goes on a nice powerful run to the upside. Then altcoins follow. And in fact, let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance as well, because like I just showed you, that money is flowing out of altcoins. And what is the beneficiary right now? The beneficiary here is Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance here having another positive week here, now sitting at about 51%. And again, look at my weekly diagram here. We were range bound in this period. We were range bound here. Now we broke out perfectly as we expected, and we work our way up to the next level at 59%. Historically, and I've broken this down in a separate video before, leading up to the halving, Bitcoin ran up to 73%. So we got room to even come up here, where my cursor is up here, before then staying there for a little while. And then after the halving, a certain period after the halving, you then start seeing altcoin season. This is your altcoin season here, guys. You have a mini one here, and then you have your big real altcoin season here. That's what we want to be looking for here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin can run its dominance, let it do its thing, let it get to all-time highs, and then altcoins. But right now, you are not seeing altcoins move. But these are the moments when you want to be accumulating, right? Don't expect any returns. But these are the moments when you want to be waiting for positional strength, waiting for bad moments where the price is being, hit to the downside. There's FUD, there's unfounded FUD, right? Stuff where there isn't fundamental issues with your projects. That's where you want to be buying. If you are seeing fundamental red flags with your projects, that is not a reason to buy. If your token is falling, you don't just go, oh, look, it's a red day, I need to buy if there's something fundamental going wrong with your token. If there was something, like the team has changed, they've changed their idea, they're no longer doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? That's a fundamental flag. Or if there's outages, there's network security issues, that's a problem. Then you should be looking at altcoins and saying, do I still believe in it? Has my conviction changed? But if it's just FUD, if it's just uncertainty, if it's just doubt, and you playing at the market just being fearful, then you want to be jumping in and allocating your portfolio. But do not expect your altcoins just to rocket right now. Now, incidentally, you are seeing a little bit of a movement here today in some meme coins, right? I mean, initially earlier in the day, you saw Matic moving about 2%. I saw Avalanche moving a couple of percent as well. Then I started looking at a few of the altcoins as well. Incidentally, you saw Bobo starting to move 40% up here today. You saw Turbo moving 5%. So you are seeing a little bit of activity in meme coins, but this is not representative of a bigger move in altcoins. Altcoins are not really having the energy to move. If we are seeing moves, it's going to be Bitcoin led. And coming back into the Bitcoin price, the big moment this week as we head into a CPI and PPI week is, can we get the catalyst to break to the upside here? There is a lot of sell pressure at 30 to 31K. Is that going to dry up? Are we done with the people selling? And can the demand now outstrip the selling and the supply and we start moving our next leg to the upside? Or is the worst going to happen? Are we going to get terrible CPI? Are we going to get a painful reading? Is the PPI going to come in horrible? And in fact, what we end up with is a double top reversal pattern. We do not want this to play out, guys. Critical moment right now. We're in limbo. This is decision time. This is decision time right here. Either we're going to play out a cup and handle pattern or we're going to break to the downside. Let me know, what are you guys doing in this market? How are you trading? Are you sitting back? Are you actively buying anything? Let me know. Don't forget to go watch this video here where I break down Andrew Tate's The Real World to find out if he actually knows what he's talking about in crypto. And I'll see you in the next one.